It's no shade, but what the fuck is Stephanie McMahon doing in the White House alongside President Trump? Let me find out. Stephanie McMahon is there to usher in the women's division for the White House. Ladies and gentlemen, if they are trying to sneak Stephanie McMahon in so that she could run for president against Kamala Harris, Michelle Obama, and Hillary Clinton's wig, bitch, I'm gonna snap. I'm gonna lose my mind. No shade, she probably would get my vote. But Donald Trump called on Triple H to help with fitness and to combat obesity, sweetie. What are you doing there? Now, here in 2025, Stephanie McMahon, Triple H, Kane, and a whole host of others want to act like they've been Republicans since they were born. Meanwhile, all the crazy shit they did back in the day and all of the scandal that follow them now. And I'm so sorry, you guys, but get into it. Before I even start to dig into the news here, just looking at some of the pictures and just looking at the relationship that the McMahon family has with the Trump family, it's just giving, bitch. That's family ties, bitch. They've been friends for a long time. I mean, a speculation here, they possibly could be related along some way down the line. But it's just giving, I would think, if any agendas need to be carried out, bitch, if the Republican Party and or Trump needed to get any messaging out through that wrestling sports sector, it definitely could be done via WWE, via Triple H, via Stephanie. You already got the mama in there talking about education. And let's not forget the Daddy McMahon OG himself, Vince. He has the personal relationship with Trump, stemming back all the way from back in the day when Trump was running around trying to take bumps. Not those kind, but, you know, the other kind. Let me find out the people up here clowning Linda McMahon. They said after the end of Stephanie's speech, they asked her what were her thoughts about the speech, and she said that Stephanie was doing a good job and she was working to put A1 in everyone's hands, bitch. And I'm like, did she mean AI? The paper said she said A1 instead of AI. Anyway, bitch, I think after I'm done reading this little article here, you guys will see that this whole thing with politics, Hollywood, and sports, and how they're like trying to merge everything, and how now all of a sudden, you know, Democrats and Republicans and both sides got to come together to accomplish one goal. Like, we're going into that now. So it's like, bitch, no more bashing of one side, especially since this whole, you know, Charlie Kirk thing didn't happen. But, you know, that could be for another video. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section below. But let's go ahead and get into this article from Ringside News. It says, bitch, Stephanie McMahon pushes AI cancer treatment plan with Donald Trump at White House. Triple H and Stephanie McMahon were spotted at the White House on Tuesday, standing front and center as President signed a series of new executive orders, including one focused on AI to improve childhood cancer treatment. Stephanie didn't just attend, she took to the podium and delivered an emotional statement about WWE's long-lasting support of pediatric cancer research, referencing their bond with Connor's cure. You all, I'm sure by now, know about Connor's cure. Stephanie says, kids shouldn't even know what cancer is, let alone have to face it. And this incredible team believes that too. This executive order makes kids with cancer the first focus of AI innovation across health care in America. She also stated, if there is one thing in the world that could bring us together, please let it be our children, because I can guarantee if your child was diagnosed with cancer, you wouldn't care what party your doctor belonged to. I guess, but that was not the same with Bobo-19. That was definitely not the same notion with COVID-19. Anyway, Stephanie and Triple H, who served as vice chair of President's Council on Sport. Hold on, wait. They both serve on the council? I thought they just said it was Triple H. Oh, you know what? Anyway, Stephanie and Triple H, who serve as vice chair of the President's Council on Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition, have continued to strengthen ties with the Trump administration during his second term. Earlier this year, they met with Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who was also in attendance at Tuesday's signing. Also present was Linda Mcmahon, who now serves as the Secretary of Education. She took a moment to praise her daughter publicly, commending Stephanie's dedication to improving care for children battling cancer. This is cute. I mean, you guys, don't get me wrong. This is definitely cute. And it is mind-blowing how they have just, like, synergetically just, like, synchronized all this together to get us here. I mean, with Susan G. Komen, with Connor's Cure, you know what I'm saying? All of this alleged research that is going into these things, you know, people donating this money, you know, buying props and buying gear and all of that type of stuff, giving donations out. It is a really big thing, and, you know, WWE does have a long-standing history with supporting cancer victims in general. I mean, all the way from Roman Reigns to Connor's Cure. So it's just given, I'm here for it. You know, they also do Make-A-Wish. You know, they got the whole thing with Shriners. You know, they got the whole thing with the Boys and Girls Club. Shouts out to New Day, Naomi, Natalia, and all of the girlies that be helping with the Boys and Girls Club initiative. So, I mean, you know, it goes hand in hand when WWE, you know, are doing these type of things to help the community and give towards research. If any of you know, please, in the comment section below, direct me to those, what would it be? Entities or agencies that handle those donations that WWE get for cancer research. Could y'all, like, direct me to some of those so I could do some research and see how much money WWE actually is putting into cancer research? Especially now that TKO is involved. But something else I just gotta point out too, it's like WWE at one point in time really stressed to us that Stephanie McMahon, was not a part, like, of WWE. Like, she didn't work for the company. She was, like, not there in the offices. You know, she didn't really touch no paperwork. You know, she separated herself from the scandal. She took a really long vacation from her father. Like, when all the scandal stuff came about, you know, Stephanie McMahon's name did come up, but she dodged investigation. She dodged making, like, center spotlight when it came to, like, some of these, like, allegations and, like, you know, some of these things when it came to, like, what the attorneys and, like, what the lawyers were saying when it came to this case that Vince is, I guess, still going through. Like, girl, like, I don't even know, like, if he's just walking around like a free man. I don't know. It's very funny how we got Stephanie with all these shows, like, what is Stephanie's Places and her treasures, and then we got, you know, her podcast, and she's about to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. You know, her and Undertaker going out to eat lunch and do brunch and all this type of shit. Like, mother still seemed like she's on the WWE TKO payroll to me, bitch. Especially when we had people like Zelina Vega, when we had people like Lana, and other female wrestlers like Mandy Rose try to do their own thing with their own podcasts and their own, like, screaming things, and WWE was like, no, bitch, we're gonna need y'all money because y'all using our name and likeness. Girl, clearly Stephanie McMahon is definitely still on the payroll, and we can definitely see this because her ass is in the White House with Donald Trump trying to sign executive orders talking about some AI research for cancer. Now, how is AI detecting this? I don't know. Because, baby, if they're using Claude AI or if they're using ChatGPT, bitch, or if they're using Siri, they're not going to get it right. Error alert. Error delete. Where's Matt Hardy, bitch? Please. I hope the AI systems is up to par. We do have other speculation and alleged stories about these med beds unfolding. Ladies and gentlemen, bitch, it's a type of like high-tech, like Elysium type of medication bed you can lay on. They do some beams and some UV lights, bitch, and heal your whole body allegedly and cure your everything, bitch, period. And then when I think about that, it's just like, okay, even back in the day, I heard people talk about and heard like, you know, conspiracy theory, and actually heard like doctors and stuff say that, you know, there were different cures to cancer, there were better treatments than just radiation. We do have this, we do have that, but it just don't serve the market. So like, we've been had the cure for cancer, but yet we're gonna make it seem like AI is curing it now. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know, bitch. Anyway, all I know is Stephanie McMahon is in the White House signing all types of documents she probably can't even read, bitch. Okay? And it's going down, bitch. Hit me up in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the content. Okay, subscribe to the shade, bitch. Let me know your thoughts about this whole thing about WWE helping out and supporting in the efforts of AI cancer pediatric research for children, gonna cure them up in the name of Connor, bitch. Period. I'm out.
Ooh, I'd have been down bad in them trenches, had to ride with that stick. Ooh, who gave you pills? Who gave that dust? Pluto Central and